Hello everyone, I am welcoming you all once again to this channel. Today we are going to see the plotting of the spin density using our Gaussian software, and for that I have taken one excited state calculation, and here I have taken the sulfur molecule like the S8 ring, and there also we have already performed the excited state excited state calculation for that sulfur ring, and we have checked the ring opening of that molecule. So that you can click above to check all these calculations that we have already done before. So today, using the same checkpoint file, we are going to plot the spin density for the same molecule, and at the end of this video we will also try to save this spin density into an cube file so that we can plot that spin density using any other software other than Gaussian. So here I am just opening that checkpoint file using our Gauss view. And this is the molecule where the S8 ring has been opened to an open chain, and you can see that this molecule looks like an open chain. And now what we are going to do is, here we can go simply to our surface and contours, and here in the cube action we will do new cube, and instead of molecular orbital we will click on the spin density. Then if you want, you can also use the total density, full density matrix, and here I am clicking on this. Click on OK. Now one cube action will generate, and it will show after some time in this part. So now the cubes are available to plot the surfaces. Now here in the surface action, we can go and simply do this new mapped surface, but before that, if you want, you can also reduce the size of this density, or if you want to increase, you can do that. If you want to decrease, you can also do that. So here I am just taking the density as 0.01. and let's do this new mapped surface, and instead of ESP we will also choose spin density here, and we will use full density matrix. Click on OK, and now as you can see that the surfaces are visible. Let me go to the view to control this display format. So here in the surface you can hide this backside, and you can also bring this Z minimum to this so that you can see the full density matrix. So now you see that this is how a typical S8 open ring spin matrix distributed, and this is how the spin density is distributed on the end part of the molecule, which is suggesting that some radical, like here some kind of unpaired electrons are present. This is how the spin density is only showing at the end of this open chain. And to verify that, you can also read some papers that whether this kind of calculations are correct or not, whether the spin density is showing at the particular position or not, that also you can verify. So here out of this spin density plot, we can confirm that where the unpaired electron located, and whether it's a radical behavior of the same molecule or not, that also we can have a confirmation for that. So this part is done, and if you want, you can simply save this file. Like you can simply go and save this file as the save as image, and here instead of TIFF you can have PNG or anything of your choice. And now click on save. So now the file might have been saved here. Yeah, so you check, this is what we have saved from the spin density using this Gaussian. Now what is our next part? Our next part is to save the cube file for the same. Suppose we are not working with Gauss view, we have only Gaussian, so then we don't want to plot our molecule or the structure file using the Gaussian software or the Gauss view software. Then how can we do? So we can first save the cube file, then we can take that cube file to any other software to plot our structure or molecule. So for that, here simply we will generate the cube file, and before that first we will generate the fchk file. So for that, here I am writing the command form check and the file name with and that file of the and that checkpoint file, and then we will save that to fchk. So now this part is done, and now using this fchk file we will generate our spin density cube file. So for that, the command is cubegen 0 spin is equal to SCF, and now this we will use this fchk file and we will try to generate the spin density of this S8 triplet opengen dot cube and 0h. So this will write our spin density file for this molecule. Yeah, so now the writing is done. Now you can check that we have got one cube file over here, and I would also like to show you that how this file we can use for any other software to plot the same. So I am just taking this to my local computer, and here I am simply opening my VMD software where we can plot this, and let's open the molecule. And in the display we can change this background little bit. Okay, so let's check which atom is this. So this is our index 0 and this is our index 2. So we can simply go to TK console to add this bond. Yeah. So this part is done. Now it's time to plot our spin density. So here we can create another representation, and here we will take this isosurface, and here the isosurface should be in the solid format, and this is isosurface, and we can change the iso value to 0.02. So now you see that, and also we can do another thing is by changing this colored ID, and you can make it transparent as well. So this is how the spin density we have simply plotted using our VMD software is exactly the same what we have plotted using the Gauss view. And if you want, you can also do render this spin density. You can go to your internal memory and simply do this spin density using VMD. So start rendering, and this is what we have saved now, and this is the spin density by VMD, and this one is the spin density by Gauss view. So on any software wherever you want, you can simply plot this kind of spin density. You can also change your ISO value or density matrix, anything you want, you can also do, like you have that control to change. And this is how you can plot your spin density using different softwares. So this much was all about, and thank you all, and bye bye.